If sewing with stretch material is a mystery to you, stick around as I unlock the secrets to 3 types of stretch fabric materials. So for those that don't know me, my name is Megan and I'm from Sew and Tell Australia, and I'm so excited to be a guest expert on the Ellie and Mac YouTube channel. I make no secret that I love Ellie and Mac patterns for their versatility, style and affordability, so I was more than happy to put together this video on 3 common stretch fabric types to help demystify sewing with them. In fact, I'm even wearing an Ellie and Mac pattern now, of course. This is the Miami wrap top pattern. So these 3 detailed explanations were actually taken from my signature course, the Comka Stretch Fabric Sewing course, and are just a small selection of over 13 different types of stretch fabric that I take a close look at in the course. Not to mention the best needles to use, stitches, including both a serger and a domestic machine, plus much more. If you'd like to find out more about the course and learn how to sew with stretch cloth material more confidently, I'll pop the link in the details below. But for now, in this video, we're going to be looking at the 3 different types, which is cotton spandex, it's also sometimes called cotton lycra or cotton jersey lycra, French terry, and a ribbed elastane knit. Also, make sure you watch till the end as I will share a bonus tip on the difference between spandex, elastane, and lycra. So let's go ahead and look at these 3 different stretch material types. The first fabric we're going to talk about is one of my favorites and one that is definitely very popular in Australia at least. Cotton elastane, although I generally refer to it as cotton lycra, it is also sometimes referred to as cotton lycra jersey or cotton spandex, and as you've probably guessed, cotton elastane is a mix of cotton and elastane. The percentages can vary depending on how much of each fibre is in the fabric, so it's important to check that when buying to give you a better idea of how much it's going to stretch. But the higher the elastane content, it's generally the more stretch you're going to get, although it does depend on the quality as well. So cotton lycra is a 4-way stretch in general, and it usually has pretty good recovery. It's fairly easy to tell the right side from the wrong side, especially when you've got printed fabric, because you can see these little ribs when you pull it apart and they run vertically. Another way to tell the right from the wrong side of the fabric is that the edges will curl towards the right side of the fabric when cut and stretched. So as you can see, I've stretched it, it's curled towards the right side of the fabric. It has pretty good drape, although it can be a little bit stiff depending on the weight you use. CL is really popular for a huge variety of garments: tees, baby wear, outerwear, pants, tops, joggers, underwear, leggings. The list is almost endless. So I would almost call it sort of the jack of all trades fabric. Definitely a favorite of mine. This one's a beautiful print from the Tallery in Australia. And yeah, as you can see, good recovery, good stretch, both vertically and horizontally. So a firm favorite for me. The next one we're going to look at is French terry. So French terry is designed with loops or piles on one side, like this, and is smooth on the other. It is part of the terry family that has 2 types, tau terry and French terry. The loops trap the air within them, providing insulation while maintaining breathability and preventing overheating. This helps regulate body temperature, making French terry suitable for both warm and cool weather conditions. It often contains stretch fibres like elastane and is quite durable, making it a perfect for activewear, loungewear, sweatshirts, hoodies, joggers, lightweight jackets, and relaxed fit garments. It is easy to move in and generally comes in a wide range of prints and designs. Depending on the weight of the French terry depends on the drape, but in general it's quite good. And I'm a big fan of French terry. I make a lot of French terry clothes. Now, I have tried really hard to research why French terry is called French terry, but it's actually been really difficult. So the origin of the word terry is a little unclear, though it may be derived from the French word tirer, which means to pull or to draw, referencing the loop texture of the fabric. It is originally used to describe uncut velvet called terry pile or terry velvet. However, from what I can tell, that only refers to the terry part. So I've read something about it being influenced from high-end fashion, as well as that French terry is usually a warp knitted type fabric, which is the type of manufacturing process, and apparently the term French terry is colloquially used for all warped knitted terry. However, it could just be that it originated in France, so that is why French terry is called French terry. Well, a roundabout explanation. But I use a lot of French terry in my clothes. It's great for fringe season garments as well as in summer and winter. Like, it's pretty much an all year round fabric, and there's so many different cute colours and prints around. Got another Tallery fabric, and this one's called Aussie Bushmates. So obviously I'm Aussie and I love the Aussie Bushmates. Now we're going to look at ribbed elastane knit, sometimes also referred to as ribbed knit, lounge rib, ribbed stretch fabric, ribbed jersey knit, or just simply rib knit. However, I want to make it clear that this is very different from ribbing, which we will touch on next, but ribbing is different to ribbed knit. So ribbed elastane knit, or rib knit as I generally call it, is a versatile textile known for its distinctive vertical ribbed texture and exceptional stretch due to the inclusion of elastane. This fabric offers a snug and comfortable fit and will mould to the body while maintaining its shape and durability. Again, depending on the weight and composition of the fabric, it can have excellent vertical drape. So I'll have a bit of a look. And is usually very soft and perfect for baby wear, lounge wear and tees. If a rib knit is listed as a 2x2 rib knit, that means that it's 2 stitches were knitted and then 2 stitches were purled, so referring to hand knitting, but mechanically done. And it refers to the ribs being the same width as the valleys between the ribs. Rib knits can also have a 1x1 pattern where 1 stitch is knitted and 1 is purled. This will result in a tighter rib knit and might not be as noticeable from a distance. You can also see a 3x2, a 3x3, or even a 4x1 rib knit. The first number just refers to the number of rows knitted, and the second number refers to the number of rows purled. So it's widely available in various rib sizes, colours and patterns. It provides design versatility for a wide range of fashion projects, combining both visual interest and flexibility. So as you can see here, I've got both a plain rib knit and a printed rib knit, and I love using rib knit for a lot of my projects, especially for like PJs for the kids, tops for myself. It's so soft and beautiful. This one's another Tallery fabric, and yeah, I just really love using rib knit for that visual texture as well, as I mentioned. I hope you found that valuable, and you can now go forward and sew all the Ellie and Max stretch patterns to your heart's content. I take no responsibility for any new patterns that fall into your shopping cart now, especially when we all know how great those weekly sale patterns are. Now for the bonus tip. So what is the difference between spandex, elastane and lycra? Nothing. They are all the same. So elastane is like the generic term. It is commonly used in Europe to describe stretch material or something that's had stretch added to the material. Spandex is more commonly used in America, and lycra is a brand name. So elastane is the stretchy fibre, whereas spandex and lycra are essentially brand names per se. So next time you see those 3 different terms and you're like, are these even the same thing? Generally they are. As I mentioned earlier, you can take your stretch fabric sewing skills even further by taking my course, Conquer Stretch Fabric Sewing. If you avoid sewing with stretch fabric as you're just not sure where to start, this course is perfect for you. I'll list the details in the description below, as well as my socials if you'd like to come and follow me. But thank you so much, Ellie and Mac, for having me.